When you're practicing semen retention, it's important to open up the spine. The spine is where your semen is going to travel. So semen becomes spinal fluid, and the spinal fluid eventually reaches the brain, nourishing your brain and the finer tissues, giving you better synapses, so firing off of the neurons for creativity, access to intelligence, memory, sharpens your brain focus and your overall ability to stay focused and mentally strong in your life. Energetically, it's where the energy is going to rise through the body for non-ejaculatory orgasm, non-ejaculatory S3X, and increased magnetism and aura. So both the physical S3X energy, semen, as well as the energetics travel up the spine. So we're going to do a spine opening exercise and an exercise to just lubricate and open up the spine. You can guide that flow of energy easier in your practices. This is really important for Nofap and semen retention, because as you practice Nofap and semen retention, if you don't move that energy up the spine, or you don't move it up the body and learn to transmute it and work with it, it's going to build up in the lower energetic centers, and that's where you're going to feel frustrated or angry or extremely lusty, and generally you fall back into the old habits. Let's dive into it. Hi, my name is Nicola Dawes, and I help men master their S3X energy so you can become a powerhouse both in and outside of the bedroom, unleashing all your God-given abilities. Go to the link in the description below and take the free transmutation guide. There's another guided practice that you can follow in there and begin to use, as well as a deep dive into the subject of transmutation. Let's get into today's practice. So you're going to be standing shoulder width apart. Your feet, look down at your feet and make sure the toes are parallel. Even a slight inch or half inch to, off parallel changes the structure. Like, you can play with this. Just notice how you change. Just a slight change changes the structure. What you want to do is create symmetry through these practices. And so therefore your feet are parallel. The weight is evenly distributed across the feet. So you can feel all four corners of your feet, and try to spread your toes and your feet as wide as possible. Take up as much real estate on the ground as much as possible. Slightly tuck your knees or bend your knees. So it shouldn't be super bent. You should be able to see your feet and your toes easily, but you're not straight where the pressure is in the joints. Your knees are slightly tucked. Your butt is tucked in, straightening up the spine. Your spine is straight, and you're tucking your chin in to straighten up the top portion of the spine. So you're making the spine as straight as you possibly can. And imagine like a string was dangling on the head and you were just relaxing. Imagine two golf balls were placed under the armpit and you had to hold those golf balls. So you tuck or you rotate the shoulders and you're holding those golf balls, and then the hands in tiger's mouth, meaning engaged, are floating in front of the dantian. The dantian is 2 fingers beneath the belly button. Imagine 2 strings were going in from either side, and where those strings meet in the center of your body, that's where the dantian is. And eventually, if you take on the practices of alchemy, you will feel the dantian. You won't have to guess, oh, is it here, is it here? You will have a tangible sensation of your chakra points or of your acupuncture points or wheels of energy. If you can't feel it as of right now, then just imagine it in the center of the body, 2 fingers wide below the belly button. Your hands are floating in front of the dantian, and now relax the body from head to toe. Relaxing the forehead, relaxing the crown, relaxing the eyes, the back of the eyes, relaxing the brain, the back of the head. Relax your cheeks, your lips, your tongue. Take your tongue and place it on the roof of the mouth, closing the microcosmic orbit or the main energy channel circulating the body. Relax all the way down your shoulders. Put your mind into these different areas, the biceps, and relax it. Notice through awareness and intention you can move the physical body. The physical body follows the mind, and the mind follows intelligence or intention or desire. So the physical always follows the mental and energetic. The more you can control the mind and your energy body, the more you can manipulate your physical body and therefore the physical aspects of your life. Relax down the back, the middle of the back, and the lower back. Relax down the chest, the cavity of the chest, the stomach. Relax your buttocks, anus, perineum, relaxing all the way into the prostate, into the bladder, the whole lower stomach, and into the genitals. Relaxing down the groin, the quadriceps and hamstrings. Relaxing down the shins and calves, around the ankles, all the way down to your feet. The concept is called sun or sync. As you're relaxing your body, you're imagining all the muscles like melting off the bones, and it's your bones that's actually holding you up, your structure. So it's not a physical practice. You're not muscling through this. In fact, the more you're using your muscles, the less your energy is flowing. So the concept of sun or syncing is syncing your energy, internally relaxing, while feeling the strength of your bone structure and how your mind and intention can hold you up. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something called rise and fall. So you're gonna like almost like if you were taking a seat, you're gonna sink down. Your hands are gonna come up to just here, like just bend your elbows a bit, and you're gonna sink down. And then as you rise up, your hands flip open and rise up this way. Notice that I'm not moving my elbows, so I'm not swinging my arms up and down, but the arms are just simply going along for the ride. And it's not a squat. The movement is coming from the dantian. Up, down, up, down. So we'll just do this for a minute, just to get the feel of it. This is called rise and fall. You can go down and up like this as well. And now next time you come up, take a deep breath in and expand your hands and crunch the back. Or expand the chest as wide as possible so your shoulder blades are contracted. And then exhale, hands come together, and then fall. Opening up the chest, contracting the back, and then releasing the back. This is great for posture, relaxing the muscles in the back, opening up the chest, opening up the body, and keeping relaxed. So relax the shoulders, relax your face, relax the buttocks, the perineum. Notice anywhere you might have tightened up and continuously relax. This is the same relaxation that's needed for non-ejaculatory S3X and orgasms, and ultimately how we can achieve Wu Wei or effortless action. So it's the same relaxation when you're working, you're focused, you're in action, but your muscles are relaxed. You're not holding unconscious stress and tension. So many of us are just so stressed in our bodies, and it shows up in our bodies. Agitation in the body, fidgeting, scrunched forehead, tight jaw. All of this is the body being tight. As you relax the body, you'll notice your mind relaxes because the body and mind are one. And then you can use your higher consciousness or intelligence, which is desire or will, to then easily move the body and flow through your day. All right, let's do one more spine opening. And then, as you come down, I want you to start to lean on the balls of your feet and then lean on the heels. Imagine like if you were in an ocean and you were just being pulled back and forth by the tides. Or you can imagine like a string pulling you because the movement is coming here. String pulling you forward onto the balls of the feet, and then the string pulling you backward onto the heel. And you're just going back and forth. And if you actually just do this for a sec, just drop your hands and don't do anything with your hands. Just make your hands like noodles. You'll notice that there is already a slight swing of opposition. As you move forward, the hands slightly go back. As you move back, the arms slightly go forward. And now we're just going to add to that. We're just going to help it along a little bit. And this is called crossing the great ocean. And now we're going to just do this a couple more times, and then I'm going to turn to my side so you can show. I'll do it once and then we could do it together. So you're doing this right now, and then we're going to add a spine opening, which you're going to drop down like as if you were taking a seat. Your arms come up, and then you push your knees forward, quads forward, pelvic forward, stomach forward, and then let your chest and your head follow, opening the spine. Don't go too much. Don't try to push it. Follow your body. So sit down, knees forward, quads forward. Go slow. Pelvic forward, stomach forward. Chest and head follow. And we're just going to do that a few more times. And when we're doing this in the guided practices inside of my alchemy training, we're adding, this is part of the microcosmic orbit opening flow, which is there's more movements to it, but this is the spine opening section of it, in which we then start to draw energy up the spine and clear our different energy channels. But this portion is needed just at the beginning to warm the spine up. Let's just do one more time. And then you can come back into your basic posture, which is Wuji position, or just basic posture, which is how we started. So try that out. Do it 2-3 times a week to help open up the spine. Even if you can just open up the spine a little bit where a hair can fit in between the vertebrae, you're actually loosening up the spine. You're allowing it to be lubricated, strengthened, as well as for the energy to easily flow. And then of course, if you do the full practice, if you end up working with me in a deeper way, I'll show you and teach you the entire microcosmic orbit flow, then the meditation practices to draw that energy up, circulate it so that you can use it both in and outside of the bedroom. Give the practice a try, or I hope you followed along. Let me know how you felt afterwards. If you have any questions around the practice or transmutation, leave it in the comments below. I'm happy to answer and happy to be a resource for you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button so you never miss a video. I'll see you on the next one. Much love.